Hey guys, I want to make a new video here. We're going to cover quick gearing because this has changed. I want to basically make it pretty short and straight and basically clear. Since it's been made easier, I'm going to show you guys how you should do it now. So let's say that you're a fresh character or you don't have any gear, right? First thing that you want to know is that you should buy a full set of this. This is 320 gear. And it's relatively cheap. It doesn't cost you daily resource matrix, and daily resource matrix will be your bottleneck. So for example, you do conquest, you get 200 of these tokens. That's enough to buy a full set. So I highly recommend starting with this. So you have at least 320 to start out with. Daily resource matrix, again, are the bottleneck. And if you were to try to, let's say, upgrade these pieces would cost a lot of this, and that would be, again, your bottleneck. You want to avoid that. And for example, I have 330 item level, so this vendor over here will actually give me the quest. However, keep in mind, if you're not 324 gear score, you will not be able to get the quest from this guy. You cannot be in a group when you do this because he will not give you the quest. So also keep that in mind. So I just talked through this and basically say what he wants. So I would want to get both of these. So for example, the artifact is only going to give me purple enhancements. This is going to give me all three, but they're going to give me blue quality, and the blue quality enhancements is not as good as the artifact one. So for example, you basically just have to start off with this one. I won't be able to pick up another quest. Since I won't be able to pick up another quest, I want to make sure that my item level stays at 330 here. So if I take this off, and let's say I talk to him again. Let's say I just abandoned this quest. I show you an example. So he will not give me the quest. I can talk to them. They'll tell me about who they are and stuff like that, but I'm not able to get the quest. It'll just say there's a quest there, but I'm not able to get it. That's because your gear score is not at the threshold that allows you to get that gear. So what you would do with the conquest gear is that once you have 320, you can then go to content like solo content, right? CZ, you can go do this on all your characters if you don't mind. As long as you're level 76, you'll be able to get the rewards. And as long as you're, again, 76, you'll be able to get the conquest rewards. So definitely keep that in mind. You want to grind that. So basically, ideally, if you want to gear as soon as possible, you would do majority of these that you can stomach, then go and do it on your alt, rinse, repeat, to the point that you would hit then 324. And once you have 324, you can then go over here and dock to hide, which I'll go back over. But at 324, you can then start doing maybe a hammer station, or no, I think hammer station would probably be the best way to do it. So you can inflate your gear score by hammer station 2 if you really wanted to, if you like doing flashpoints. However, it's not a good upgrade path. So when it comes to upgrading, do not even bother with the flashpoint path. So ideally, you get the base gear score, then you could do a hammer station to get 326, but overall, not really worth it to do it that way. The best way would be to then push further from 324. And if you have more dailies, try to get some 326 drops from this, and then you would move on. Obviously, try to buy your implants if you can. And once you're at 326, then you can actually go and do hammer station, which I basically just recommended early, but it is an option just so you guys know. But it would be better to do it this way. And once you basically do that, you'll get a 328 drop. And once you get a 328 drop, it'll be blue. You talk to this guy, which you can also get in veterans, by the way. I think it's only on relics, though. But you'd be able to talk to this guy. And then you could do the prototype quest. So for example, let me go ahead and grab that. And since I don't have one to show you, I can't do it as practice. But for example, could be any item, right? Doesn't matter. And so from that hammer station, I would just deconstruct that, get that one done. Then, instead of having full 328, you only have 326, you could then talk to this guy, and he would sell you a full set of blue stuff. So then you can inflate your item level to 328 or 327, which is a huge step forward. And then you have at least base starter gear. And then getting the purple, however, would be best to do either Galactic Starfighter or PvP Weekly, which, for example, I have the PvP Weekly here. This will take you a little bit, but this box right here will give you a artifact level of 328 if you're at already pretty much 328. And you pretty much can just turn it in and you can get the enhancements unlocked. Super easy, super fast. So basically it's just doing a whole bunch of solo content and pushing your gear score through the daily reward from solo panel and or doing conquest a lot. Obviously you can take this slowly and do this. And I think it's probably even possible to do this in 1 or 2 days tops. If you truly just sit here and grind all this out, then you also go do it on your alts, rinse, repeat, especially if you have a lot of the same class and you don't mind leveling them up or, just having them at level 76 and doing this. So I believe you do get the boxes at 76. I'm not certain on that, but I think so. But I do know that you 100% get conquest. You get these conquest awards if you are 76. So hopefully that helps. And gearing's really not as bad as it seems. The 320 to 326 is like the biggest slog, but once you get there, you can immediately just get boxes that would give you a direct upgrade. So for example, once you're at 326 item level, whatever means necessary, then go to Hammer Station, get a drop. That drop will most likely be 328. Worst case, you might have to kill a couple bosses and you'll get a 328. With that 328, you can go to hide, deconstruct it. Bam, you've got access to full 328 minus the left-hand side. So do keep that in mind. Left-hand side is not included. And then from there, you can just do either 1 PvP weekly or 1 GSF weekly, and bam, you'll have a purple 328 that you can use. Same thing kind of goes for 330, by the way. So once you have 328, you can go do a Nephra, and you'll get a 328 Nephra piece, or a 330, probably a 328, but regardless, that doesn't matter too much, because then you can go to story mode, and story mode will give you enough currency, plus you can deconstruct all the extra drops that you get, and then just upgrade it to 330, and then you can deconstruct it there. But also, once you have high enough gear score, you can just do Hammer Station once again and get a 330 blue, and do the 330 blue that way. So hopefully that helps. Gearing is a lot easier than what it seems. This is how I got my gear. I figured I would just explain it just so you guys know. Other than that, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you liked, please do consider subscribing or leaving a like. It definitely helps me.